Hello everyone, back to more for the 2024 Stone Burner Open for Dune Imperium Uprising. I'm host and commentator BlackShadow, and it is semi-finals time for the competition. We are 2 games down, 2 remaining, with a couple of seats remaining for our grand finals on June 16th. We've had a couple of pretty close affairs so far, which shouldn't be a surprise at this point, and I expect we'll see more of the same here. Semi-final seat awaits us today, which, I'll be honest, out of the 4 matches going into this, is the one I am probably the most fascinated in kind of seeing how this is going to go down. A real variety of different kind of styles of players and maybe experience levels as well makes this a very unpredictable match as we see spekreep, Meowcenary, Khoodos, and UGotFranked fight it out for a spot in the grand final. Let's have a look at the players that are going to be joining in this match then. We'll start off with spekreep, who finished 3rd place in Group N. This was the crazy Ferrari tiebreaker, and you might notice a certain name at the top of this one. We'll get to that in a moment. After narrowly being edged out of automatic qualification by Frank and H, spekreep had to go through the wildcards and go through all qualifying stages. They did, to be fair, in fairly decent fashion, beating wildcard J, Terry Fabulous, Holy Boss, and Kellen, which was a decent victory. And then quarterfinal C got played very, very early as well, with a fairly strong victory. Again, you can see here with Gurney Hallock, which brings us to the semi-final and a rematch of UGotFranked, who came through as one of the fastest losers from the quarters. Creep hasn't played exclusively battle leaders. There was a Staban and like a Margot dotted about as well in the group stages, but it has been a fairly large cornerstone of their general playing, and I would expect we'll probably see a bit more of that in this one as well. Again, the fact obviously that them and Frank have played a couple of games already in the group stages is very, very notable, with the spoils largely shared between the two. So we're really interested to see if there's a bit of an interesting byplay between the pair of them, having played a couple of matches at this point. Meowcenary, also known as Vanity of the Green One, has had a pretty wild ride in their debut competition here on Hidden Assets. Only finishing 4th place ultimately in Group D. It was a pretty tough-looking group, and only managing the 1 victory, unfortunately, but it was enough to just about see them through at least into the wildcards. Well, they have had a couple of fairly clear victories as well, dominating in Wildcard Gay, and even a fairly decent victory as well in Quarterfinal D against a couple of pretty strong players as well. Means that, very interesting to see kind of what's going to come. I haven't had a chance really to cover any of their games this competition. There was one I was hoping to. I don't think I quite managed it for the reason it got rearranged, I think it was. But definitely, I think, quite a dark horse going into this match. They have found most success with the battle style leaders, and it is just simply a case of them of having started the competition fairly poorly, but have gradually built up as they've gone along, and are now starting to really hit their stride here in the knockouts. So definitely, I think someone to watch for in this game, and there could well be an upset here on the cards, which you'd think coming into this on paper might well be the case, but I think they have a legitimate shot finding their way into the grand finals today. Next up, we have Khoodos, who's also in their debut tournament here on the channel here. Originally just a 4th place finish in Group I. It doesn't sound a whole lot, but this was the incredibly tight group with wins spread all over the place. So a point sort of either way probably doesn't make the biggest differences. But the main thing to note, it has been their knockout plays. We did cover their quarterfinal match, and obviously I played in the wildcard game. And while Khoodos has played fairly decently, they have also admittedly have had a lot of run as well. They have kind of just stomped the previous 2 matches, finding whatever they needed at the right time. And, sometimes in tournaments of this sort of style, you need a little bit of luck occasionally to kind of go deep in it. And they have definitely been running fairly well for the competition as a whole here. But you can't rely on that to get you the whole way. Eventually, there's going to be a point where you're going to just run out of that sort of rope, and you're going to have to kind of get through on decisions based. And this could well be the one here. I think they'll be over the moon to have made it as far as they have here, but it does seem a bit of a tall order at this point to make it through to the grand final. But who knows? And lastly, we have got UGotFranked, who came top of the aforementioned Group N, but all things being honest, it was pretty much a three-way tie, just getting the nod on average points rating and thus securing their spot directly to the quarter-finals. Frank might be a name you recognise. They were a finalist in the first ever Dune Imperium invitational event held between Dire Wolf as well as Jimmy Don's Mr. Beast team over in North Carolina, and they were maybe on course to have a decent run in the second event that was then held a couple of months or so afterwards until our run-in in the final group stage match, one I've talked about plenty. That was a pretty wild game. Nevertheless, they did secure their way through to the quarterfinals, but ended up coming second place ultimately in quarterfinal I, a incredibly narrow finish against Martel. However, ultimately managing to get one of the 2 fastest loser spots and making their way through to this semi-final match here. They are, someone who puts a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of thought into their gameplay, which I do definitely respect here. And on paper, might well be the strongest player still remaining in this competition. But in these single knockout games, doesn't necessarily mean a lot, and sometimes it can play against you a touch as well. One Sneaker Dead might be able to attest to that one a little bit. Regardless, though, the fact they've also, as mentioned, previously played a couple of games against Khoodos will be interesting to kind of see if there's a bit of play between that as well. Frank will go into this game thinking that they're probably feeling, and maybe rightly so, that they might well be favourites to go through to the grand final. But this game has a habit of throwing curveballs at you. It'll be very interesting to see how the other players kind of treat Frank, maybe a bit of respect, maybe they try and edge him out early with some bits and pieces. I think this is going to be a very tense game. I think this is going to be a very, very close affair. Frank, definitely on paper, probably the favourite to get to, but I think this game has got upset written all over it. Alright, so Taylor's getting set up here. So what's going on? Looks like it's going to be Creep, also known as Hellsangel, on Steam here in the blue seat. It's going to be having the first player match, which means it'll be Khoodos in 4th. That'll be making first player choice here. Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting game. Let's have a look at the contracts very briefly, because it's not the main focus. The Decent Water Spice Farm is pretty popular. Research Station for the cash, also pretty decent. But all focus here is going to be on the Imperium row, and Guild Spy makes yet another appearance in the game here. It has caused much devastation so far in this tournament. And the question is, who is going to reveal first for it? And that is pretty much all. Coram City, also pretty decent for some Slurry and point generation, perhaps later on. Beast Spores, some battle coordination as well. A few combat cards, but it's all going to be about Guild Spy here. As for the leaders, well, Khoodos has taken Gurney before I could look at anything else going on. I do tell them not to choose leaders until, I'm done with this, but apparently people don't listen to me. Who are we missing? No Fade Ralpha, and we're also missing Lady Jessica. I don't think that's a big deal on this game here, really. Fade might have been alright on this, actually, especially with Guild Spy, potentially. Yeah, Muad'Dib, Margot. Who do you pick as the 4th player? Is this like a Stabano ever? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see what goes down. But this is going to be all about Guild Spy, this game. No doubt about it. Yeah, everyone's staring at Guild Spy here, obviously. And if players are going to... we've seen this before. So the first question I ask is anyone prepared to just hard reveal for Guild Spy? Possibly. We have seen it. We have seen it. You say you can't choose Guild Spy as a hero. Someone did that in a quarterfinal match. Played Star on Twig and basically just took Guild Spy as their leader card eventually by the end of it. But that's going to be the question. Is anyone going to reveal first action for Guild Spy? I don't know. Seeing just straight up hard reveals is kind of wild. I tell you what, if there was a Fade Ralpha, it's possible you could see it. It's very possible you could see it. And if someone gets a really dodgy draw, you might see it as well. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of tension about that. Muad'Dib taken in third. So battle leaders here, Gurney and Muad'Dib, pretty standard picks. If they're out there on the road, people tend to pick them. Both pretty good. Irulan in second for Frank. Not a huge surprise. He played Irulan 3 times in the group stages, so has plenty of experience with them. And that leaves Creep here, who hasn't played in our tournament match for a few weeks or so. Their quarterfinal game was played well in advance with Authority, and they do go to the barn here. Oh my god, and look at his hand. There's no ring, and there's no Seek Allies. You might legit see it. Oh my god. Opening skirmish here is the mouse one for the cash. Wow. So the barn took a 7 persuasion here. If there was ever a time that Spartak might just insta-reveal for Guild Spy and, coordination, this is legitimately on here. He might do it. Irulan's drawn decently. Everyone else is drawn fairly okay here. Wow. Of course, the Barn Turret reminder starts off with no diplomacy here. I mean, I can't believe I'm sitting here thinking that maybe there's a case for just straight revealing for Guild Spy, but it might. He's going to go accept contract, pulls a dagger, gets the Spice Refinery water here. Immediate cash contract comes up here. It's a nice one for Irulan. Might just bow for it immediately. If they pull their second faction card, which they do, they get Fremkit, they go. I think Staban 2X going to do it. I legit think he's strongly considering just revealing here for Guild Spy if he gets to him. I think he's going to. Wadi pulls both faction cards and a dagger. I think good reason to go. Desert Tactics seems alright here. Got decent persuasion still. Get some troops in. The mouse is in the hands of Staban and Gurney. The fact Gurney's got the other mouse is a little uncomfortable. You might just limp in maybe a troop, perhaps, potentially. You don't have to go all in for this. But I think Desert Tactics here is fine. And we'll go for it. We'll see if they put in all three. They do. I think you could put in one, you could put in three. I think this is okay. Dagger goes. So what does Gurney do here? Gurney wants to get troops in. He's got double daggers, but if he doesn't go Arakeen now, he might not get back there. Is there ever a case for Gurney going, like, deliver supplies and maybe threatening, like, a research station or something early? You know, there's some good cards out there. You know, he's not going to be able to get enough troops, enough persuasion together for Corinth City, probably. Although he could hit it, if he pulls very convincing. Yeah, deliver supplies seems obvious. So here we go then. Is the Barntwick just going to reveal here? I legitimately think he should. I don't think that he's got any reason to get involved in this battle. Surely Gurney Hallett's going to get himself stuck in here. And you've got nothing else going on. And I don't know if I like taking the risk of going Assembly Hall here. Guild Spy is Guild Spy. Even if you just use it as a general access card, I think Staban, I think he has to do this. That's me being honest here, kids. Like, you may not like it, and you don't have to like it. I don't necessarily like it, but I think that's what's going to happen here. I think Staban I think he got the contract, and yeah, here we go. So takes the spy. He's got 3 more. Does he go for like a beast spoils, maybe? He's got the mouse, so it'd be some spies, maybe Mauler pistol. Do you just go prepare the way? It's probably a better way to play, so I think maybe just take the prepare the way here. But I'm not surprised. You know. I mean, given Staban's hand, I'm not surprised here. Wow. Staban 2-it puts his spy on the Fremen and takes the pistol. Well. Irulan's not interested in going for the contract here. Leaves Seek Allies in hand. Guess gets the dagger trash, calls it a day. Wardib's got a free shot at, like, secrets, probably. Do you go Dutiful Service, actually, for the cash? Given it's the money fight, I think there's good reason to do so. You could go secrets as well if you want, but you're already kind of leading the fight. I think Dutiful and just grab the cash is probably acceptable, and that's what we see. And so we're off to Gurney, who I guess is just going to go to Spice Refinery and, you know, limp a troop in. It's kind of weird limping a troop in, though. It's a bit weird when Irulan's got 2 troops in already. Trash the dagger, though. Might just go for the council and does. Not getting involved here. First intrigue is Devour. Man, Wadi would have liked to see that, by the way. Anyways, Irulan reveals for free. Not interested in anything in the row. It's a pricey row, actually. 4 from Wadi gives him some choices. Coordination, Treads out there. Maybe he's interested in Beast Spoils. Capture Mentek comes off the road, by the way, which is a big, big card. Really strong. One of my favorites in the game. Irulan is going to... What are they going to target next round? Do they go Corinth next round? Probably. I think Faction is fine from Wardib. I don't hate going Coordination. Tread is like a decent reveal, but it's a bit hard to get the agent action off sometimes. And I don't think it's the right spot for it. I think Coordination is just solid. Yeah, I like it. And then Gurney with 4. will take Tread. So he's going to go down a Benny path here, looks like. Branching comes off as well. Nothing to play, so they'll take their stuff and we'll move on. RD will be happy enough, gets a second symbol. Some pairing later. Stepan Tuet putting his spy on Guild. On the Fremen. Interesting. What does Irulan draw? Draws Ring again. Huh. Interesting. There are no one-costers in the row for her to pick up, so it's more trashing out of hand. And I don't know if he's going to be that comfortable with trashing another dagger here. He's going to draw, try and find a card to play with, finds another Dune card. It's Arakeen, by the way, so you're going to see plenty of aggression here. No pairing available, but the troops and the money. I don't think he's going to trash. Oh, he does trash another dagger. Wow, so Irulan has one council access card currently, but figures they've got to do this because they're going to look to probably change this out for Captured Mentat, or maybe reveal early for Corinth for something. We'll have to see. But Irulan's hand is going to be a little bit warped council access-wise. Muad'Dib just goes to contract for the double draw. No surprises. Trying to get over some decent persuasion. Finds diplomacy. It's not bad. Gurney's got Ring and his faction card here. Surely he's going to go Fremkit, you'd imagine a lot here. Irulan missed her faction draw as well. Fremkit seems a pretty obvious place to go here. Because Stepan is surely going there as well. Stepan wants to go to a faction spot with his Sikh allies and not use the spy with Guild Spy. So I think you have to go Fremkit to stop him from just going there for free. You'll force him to go Desert Tactics and make life a bit more awkward for Guild Spy here. I think this is fairly automatic. Does draw, finds the convincing argument by the way. It's a huge card. Everyone's got some decent persuasion here, apart from Stepan, who got his cards in last round. So Stepan's got a choice. He could go Fremkit himself, but I think if he's going to go Frem and he's going Desert Tactics, he'll go for Ring first, and he'll put the Spy, assumably... Well, normally you'd put it on the Council here to get towards Swordmaster, but... he might not. This could just be going Espionage. This could just be going Espionage here. He puts it on a Council spot, he can trade it for Solari. This will tell us a lot about what Stepan Tuek's plans is here. What is he doing with this spy? His intentions. I think he should try and make a punt towards Swordmaster. I think there's some more cash out there, and it being Arakeen, I think getting your spy up on Council has more value, and I think you should make a play for it here. But putting that spy on Espionage is going to be good, obviously, with Guild Spy about. And figures that's it. So here we go. This is the second Stepan Tuek game in a row now, where they have now traded out their leader card for Guild Spy. Crazy Guys meme comes alive once more. Here we go. It's wild, isn't it? Irulan's going to put the third troop in. Going to play for Mentat. That's what I figured was probably going on here. Muad'Dib's got his Diplo, but can't get to Fremkit, so we'll just go... deliver supply for some water. Gurney's got his ring. He'd have to go to Spice Refinery. But he can just overwhelm Irulan. Irulan's trashed both their daggers, so you can just go in with the Spice Refinery and just win the fights here. But it's awkward though. Stepan is sitting around with faction access. And he could go Desert Tactics. He's got daggers as well, so it's a little uncomfortable, this. I mean, if Gurney Hallett was to just go Spice Refinery, put all his troops and get second place, I think that'd be okay. You've also got Devour, which occasionally might be useful here. I think you got to get stuck in here. I don't think you can really... I think there's enough value to do this. And if you do win it, great. You know, you get your troops back. Arakeen is going to be useful for control later on. Is there a reason to do anything else here? Apparently. Gurney's just going to garrison up. Just going to garrison up here, and he's going to target future fights. Interesting. So what's Stepan going to do here? He's got his recon in hand for Spice Refinery Water, which is not the best timing. Does he just go espionage and just put a third spy down now and be done with it? He legit might just do that. He could go desert tactics and go for this, though. And he would win it. Yeah. And figures it's worth it, and I agree. Only needs to put in the one troop because, you know, Irulan has trashed both daggers. So one troop is good. I don't think Irulan really expected to win this. Ooh. Yeah, don't need to put in both. Ooh, well, that's interesting. Well, that signifies to me they've not been paying attention to Frank, the fact that he's trashed both his daggers. Didn't need to do that. That was, you know, one troop was more than enough. But oh well. Anyways, Irulan takes captured Mentat. 5 from Muad'Dib. Treacherous comes off, by the way, for faction access. And speaking of faction access, here you go. Steersman now off the row. Some pretty strong cards out there. 6 for Gurney. Corinth will take almost certainly here and does. Staban won't get anything, and nothing will be played here. So Staban wins it. Was overpaid, though. Could have done with keeping that troop in garrison. No one will play anything. Wars will be taken. We'll move on here. So plenty of money out there. And Staban is... Oh, boy. If Staban to it can get hold of Steersman somehow in this game, with Guild Spy and lots of faction and lots of persuasion coming out, this is going to be huge trouble. And freeze Imperial Basin. It's another war conflict. No one is at Worms yet, though. So the war conflicts are coming out before Worms are even available. Muad'Dib has 7 persuasion. Oh my goodness. Well, Muad'Dib might legit just go Assembly Hall and reveal here for Steers. It's a legitimate option here. He's not got much else to do either. Like, he's got no faction. He's going to keep going contract, I guess. I don't know. He might still have Assembly Hall as a plan. He thinks I can cycle, get there, and get Steersman. I think they might well be coming. What's he going to go for here? Another city contract? The Harvest 4? Hard to see him cashing that in. Yeah, research station it is. Gurney's got tons of daggers. We'll be going back to the Fremen. He'll probably just use Tread just to get hold of the Siege. I don't think he'll care unless he can pull his Recon on his ring. Which he doesn't. Oh, he's got Recon on hand anyways. So Gurney knows he can win this pretty easily here. He knows this one is in the bag. It's a matchroom result, which is good. So what does the Barntuek do it here? I think he might as well use his Mauler pistol, even just to Arakeen, give himself some cash, draw a couple of cards. There was water to fight for here, which is significant. What do you know, there's not a lot really you're worried about drawing here. And Muad'Dib is unlikely to have 8 persuasion, having spent Dune to accept contract. He might do occasionally. But I think Pistol to Arakeen looks pretty good, double drawing. Seems fine with me. He's running obviously a smaller deck because of that. He does pull his ring, which is maybe the one card he didn't want to see. Because now he feels like he's meant to use it. And that is putting Steersman in some deck. Especially if Muad'Dib now goes to Assembly Hall with his dagger. Staban might have to give up his ring, but I don't think it's a big deal. The insane thing, he actually has 9 persuasion, by the way. Maybe he now ends up just buying the Spiceless Flow instead. I don't know. These troops are all going in. No surprise there. Because I think he's expecting he's going to reveal early here. I think that's why the troops are going in heavily now. Irulan will get espionaging. Captured Mentat in hand. That'll be used to shift over. Yep. So getting prepared for future spores. Here comes the Assembly Hall. Apart from Arrakis is the card here. So Staban, if he wants Steersman, knows he has to reveal early. Does he go Steersman at first, or does he go for Sponsor? I think he should go Steersman here. I think that is the correct decision. I think if you're giving up your Swordmaster a bit, Steersman's the way around it. It's also just a pretty good reveal. You know, 2 persuasion, and that 2 spice is pretty good for the likes of Staban. Meanwhile, Gurney surely just goes Siege to Bar here and just wins this, right? Puts in a 3rd troop, maybe. You got 3 daggers. It's a little hard to know exactly what Staban's doing here, but you know, you could put in a 4th if you want. Should win this though. What else have you got going on here, decision-wise? I mean, surely you've got to go Siege because you want to get to Deep Desert next round, right? Like, what else is there to do here? You can't ship. You're not going to Haga Basin now. Wow. Now, that is a surprise. Are they intending to play Devour here? Or are they intentionally giving up this conflict to Staban? Wow. Didn't expect that move. Especially you just siege and just get Garrison anyways. Okay, I guess. It's not the move I would have made. But sure, I suppose. So here comes Staban. Staban knows if he wants Steers, he has to reveal. He knows he has to reveal for Steersman. Like, there's no choice about it. You drew the ring, so be it. It's a big deal. No choices there. Irulan just takes the Spice Refinery contract. No surprise there. Obviously trying to make inroads into Imperial Privilege. Capture Meta and Imperial Privilege. Really powerful, by the way. So Muad'Dib stranded on 8 now. We'll have to choose other stuff here. I mean, I don't blame him for making the decision he did, but it was always going to be tricky. Branching Path taken. I don't think it's Alliance he's likely going to get, but it's an okay reveal. You got Covert out there. Beast Spoils has extra value to him. Does have a couple of symbols. Is he really going to make a punt for this Alliance? Probably not. But yeah, that was the only problem with Muad'Dib. Like, I totally get going Assembly Hall, and I think you have to go Assembly Hall with this hand. It's just the problem is that Staban almost always reveals early, and you're kind of left with what else are you going to do here. Just takes branching, nothing else. That hurts. So Gurney double daggers, and might well play Devour anyways. We'll see if they're going to. They've got 5 Persuasion, courtesy of the 6 Strength for the daggers. Again, good cards out there. Cooperation looks really good, by the way. There's not much spy stuff going on outside of factions, so Covert Operation gives you like Haga Basin access, Siege access, that sort of thing. Maybe even occasionally find a way to sneak in on a faction as well. Like, Covert Operation for me looks really good. Might be tempted to take Sardaukar Soldier or the the Sardaukar Soldier because they've got Devour specifically. They're thinking they can trash it. Although I don't think I would bother personally. I think that's fine. The Irulan's going to reveal for 5. Does have the Captured Mentat reveal here. So they are allowed to shift their influence down and up in a faction. Interesting to see if they go for an early Emperor, maybe, for some Imperial Privilege. My assumption is they'll drop down for the Fremen here to get access to the hooks, which is what we see. Take the Sardaukar Soldier, makes sense. Good Irulan card. Cargo Runner, eh? Doesn't feel the best, actually. Bear in mind, again, remember, Irulan's trashed all her daggers, so they've only got 2 access cards to the Council. They're going to run with that, so just running very small deck here. Does Gurney win this? No! Gurney's happy to pass. He's happy just to take the water here and not even take the combat down. I am surprised. I am surprised. But okay, I guess. Clear, this game has passed me over. Well, I suppose when this comes off, it suddenly doesn't look that bad a decision, does it? Unbelievable. It's Spice Raiders. And Gurney Halleck is going to win this with Deep Desert. Oh, boy. That's pretty disgusting. Just by the way, if Spice Raider had come out, he'd have looked a bit silly. But it didn't. Oh, boy. Gurney's trying to predict ahead here. He's got, obviously, just infinite garrison here, and he knows that he can win this. You know, he's not going to get challenged really ever here. That's why he's only putting in the 2 troops. Nothing anyone can do about this. Staban pulls his ring again. No guild spy, however. Cannot get his spy up to the... I actually don't hate Staban Tuek going Spice Refinery here. He doesn't have to pay a spice immediately at Refinery. He can take just the 0 spice for 2 coins. And then he can put a spy up on the Assembly Hall spot there and make the trade for the spice. So he basically trades a spice for 5 Solari. That gets him to Swordmaster. That combined with Steersman looks really good. And then he can just do his own thing, basically. He might also be considering maybe even doing a research station move here occasionally. Thinking that he's got Refinery contract for war, he can get that later on. And he wants to find the likes of Steersman, that sort of thing here. I think both have some reasons. He should do one of them. I don't think anything else makes a ton of sense here. I think just going Refinery and just getting Swordmaster is okay. It means Irulan's also going to get Swordmaster, though, which is what it is. Arakeen instead. Well, he pulls his Guild Spy. He pulls the Guild Spy and just blocks up faction spot number 3. Dearie me. It's wild, isn't it? It is wild. Well, Irulan's just going to go Refinery here. Never not go into here. She'll pay the spice as well because she has intentions, obviously, with Privilege and High Council. Draws a couple. Finds captured Mentat, by the way. Pulls the soldier without her rings. A little bit unfortunate. Man. It's just crazy to have 2 games almost in a row that I've covered where Staban Tuek has gotten Guild Spy early and is just basically just playing all in on that, and that's it. Won on the first one, will it win on this one? Muad'Dib, friend kits. Pretty straightforward move. He's got a couple of city contracts. Lots of city stuff going on in this game. Gurney Halleck will get the money for Corinth. Via Corinth for Swordmaster here. So as long as Muad'Dib doesn't pick up a couple of coins from somewhere, Gurney should get the Swordmaster next round, probably. Depending on what Staban does. Well, Staban had the chance and gave it up. Here comes, obviously, Deep Desert. No surprises. What does Staban do here? He's got Guild Spy in hand. He might just go Espionage, actually, with Guild Spy and just draw a couple of cards. If he picks up Steersman, he can't use Steersman, but it does have a good reveal. But he might feel that he doesn't want to draw for it, though. Hard to know. Guild Spy was not the card he was looking for, I can assure you. But I feel like now he's got it in his hand, he should probably be using it. Does he go Desert Tactics, maybe, with Guild Spy? Doesn't have to pull the Spy. And use that just to trash out this dagger, maybe. You got 2 water kind of sitting around doing not a whole lot. You're probably going to get a water back anyways from the combat. You're probably getting second place a lot of the time here. Less cards in your deck means more likely you'll see the likes of Steersman and Guild Spy. I think there's an argument for it. Yep. And I think I like this move. I think it's a good time to do it. Should be noted, can do the cycling even without it, so they'll cycle out the dagger for another card here. Oh, they do find Steers. Wow, okay. And then obviously trash that away. So they do find Steersman. So they have to live with the spice here. Irulan will go for this. Capture Mentat, lets you discard to draw and get an intrigue on the side. It's pretty good. That's a nice one. That's something to play for towards. What does Muad'Dib do here? More faction access available. He might just reveal Treacherous for a... he might just reveal Treacherous, though, for an intrigue here. But not really many places to put his ring. Imperial Basin, maybe? He can't win the combat is the problem. Unless he puts it all in with Depart from Arrakis on, like, Imperial base and hope he flukes a battle intrigue and hopes that Gurney doesn't have one. I can't see that being that feasible here. Do you just use Treacherous just to go to a faction spot here? Go to deliver supplies. Looks good. Yeah. Yeah, seems good to me. Just take the point, call it a day. Seems good to me. So, Gurney reveal for 5 persuasion. And he gets 5 coins from Corinth. It's gate 5 or pay 5 for the High Council seat. Obviously, doesn't have the money for that. What's he take with 5? A couple of decent cards here from Supplier. Make a Keeper's pretty nice. Be Spore still out there. Make a Keeper looks okay. I'd probably be taking it. It's a decent card for 2 cost. It's probably undercosted at 2 cost, truthfully. Yep. Spores as well, because he figures he's going to win the conflict here, so some swords and potential to use it for some actual actions here. So the barn reveals for 6 and the couple of spice. What does he want to do here? Does he want to buy anything here for 6? I don't know. He's only got a deck of 9 cards. If he wants to buy Spiceless Flows, he needs a couple 2 persuasions. There's an argument just to take a couple Repair the Ways here. Or maybe even take like a Trend Does. I think he needs to buy something. Like 9 cards is... It's not enough to be able to buy Spiceless Flow effectively here. He's going to buy 1. If you want to buy 2, go for it. Maybe don't buy 2 until you're close to the 2 persuasion on the faction, perhaps. But I feel like you should buy at least 1, definitely. I think this is okay. Irulan will just take more faction stuff, getting ready for Imperial Privilege stuff. Inspire Raw found next, which is nice, but I don't think they're going to be using it a ton here. It's probably just fodder. Mardeep with 5. I imagine he'll go prepare. Yeah, he'll take Tread and Darkness because he's got a couple of Benny cards dotted about. And then Irulan with 5 persuasion as well. Instead Trade comes out, by the way. That's a big card. That is a card that Princess Irulan absolutely wants here. Takes a double agent, which is the one that lets you put spies down when you go to a spot. The intention of sending that to like Imperial Privilege to keep the spy there. They want to be jamming Privilege a lot, I suspect, in this one. Khoodos wins the combat, of course. That was never in doubt. And we'll take both bumps with the Benny. Interesting. That I didn't expect. That I didn't expect. I don't know what they're doing here. Just take 1. It doesn't matter which one. Oh dear. It's a problem when people start putting stuff onto your Tableau stuff. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we'll move on. But yeah, Gurney Halleck is just garrisoned up here, and we'll be looking to just leverage this combat advantage over his opponents here, and has a good chance to do it. Hard to go against him in this mid game. As long as he can get his Swordmaster now, like, he'll feel pretty decent here. Ooh, interest. Oh, that's a tough draw for Gurney, though. Ooh, that's a bit of an awkward draw. Anyways. Round 5 is Shadow Contest. Fopter symbol did go to the barn earlier. No faction access, however. Benny bumps it about too. Has obviously potential to draw. What's the barn want to do here? Do you go Research Station with Mauler Pistol and draw 3 cards? You've got 6 Persuasion in hand already. I think this might be the move. You've got War at Spice Refinery as a backup. You can get that later on. People are going to go to Arakeen. People are going to give you money for Swordmaster fairly soon. You can't beat Gurney for it anyways. I think that might be the move. Like, you're going to commit yourself down this path. Why not go for it? And then while you're doing it, you could even put in all 4 troops. And you might even win the fight. I feel like it's you know, why not? You've got Steersman in there. You've got Guild Spy in there. You want to find them, right? Yep. And agrees. So draws away. Finds one. Doesn't find them both, though. Some technical issues. Apologies for that. So Staban makes his way, obviously, to research station. Only puts in the 2 troops at the moment, which is probably okay. Irulan goes to Basin, picking up all the spice here for the harvest contract. Obviously, with stockpiling as well. Trashes the soldier, picks up detonation, which is okay, I guess. Not a ton of help for them right now, though. But just getting the money together, no surprises here. I expect we will see a privilege move here almost certainly with Double Agent. That will let them put the spy back down instantly. Wadib goes to Basin just to get hold of the spice, also to prevent Gurney from getting anywhere near there. Gurney will Swordmaster, you'd imagine, and does. Sorry, just having to reset the camera here a little bit. I apologize. That'll have to do, kids. And then we're back to Staban here. So, Staban Tuek has got tons of persuasion. Surely has to use Steersman in some capacity here in order to try and draw for... In order to draw for the... for Guild Spy here. The only question is, what's the best way of doing that? Could go accept contract and just draw a couple of cards. I don't hate that. Do you even consider maybe even going to, like, deliver supplies, perhaps? I don't think he'd pull the spy. He's got 2 cards there, so if he wants to guarantee it, accept contract's the way to go. Wants to use the ring, but surely you just got to guarantee Guild Spy the way you're playing this game, right? Besides, you got your spies down. You're gonna put you're not gonna do anything with them. I think he's just meant to just Steersman accept contract here. Wow. Well, this is greedy. Coin flip. Misses. And Staban Tuek got greedy, I guess, and has been punished. Trying to reveal for some more spice, I guess, but misses Guild Spy. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's definitely a thing you can do. You remove it if you put a spy down without cost to put on another faction to put down, and if you can put it on the same place to trigger playing a couple of Solari for an intrigue, you can definitely do that. But he'll shift it around there instead. Can he find an intrigue to get himself and get a draw? No, but he finds Spice's power, which is also incredibly strong here. Oh, wow. So why did Staban Tuek not play Steersman there? Is he scared of giving Gurney Research Station? I can't see that being a particular concern here. I don't know. Just, I don't see when you're playing Guild Spy, you just go there. Well. Yeah. What are you going to do? Waxing the troops here, trying to ward them off. I think he might even be trying to use Spice's power here. Guild Spy handicap. But yeah, I just think, you know, like, I don't really, you know, the Guild Spy stuff is what it is, and it's not for everyone's taste, but it's in your debt. Why not just go to accept contract and just guarantee it? Don't know why he felt the need to risk it. Anyways, Irulan does use Double Agent at Privilege. No surprise. Inspire All will go to see what they recycle. Impress found, which is... it's okay. Irulan basically is going to be hoping that no one really rushes away with this one and that they'll capitalize later on here. Wadib... Interesting. So Ghost seeks obviously get his hooks. Puts in the second troop, though. Feeling they've got to try and make a fight for this. Gurney will go accept contract instead. Pulls his dagger. Not what he wanted to see. Highlander War looks pretty good and does go for it. Gurney Halleck's got basically no moves here. He has to go to Assembly Hall. Will be a little bit annoyed about this. But he's going to get some spy generation. So Gurney Spice must flows. But no Guild Spy, didn't draw it. And I think you notice how quickly he did that. Bit of frustration there. But could have decided to coin flip it. Took the chance, didn't have to. Yep. He's like, why didn't I just guarantee it? Unnecessary. Anyways, Irulan just going to go to more factions here, just accumulate. Don't know where this spy's going. I guess Fremen feels like that. Yeah, they need to get there once at least to get hold of some water here for strategic stockpiling. They need to make a bump there. There's the customary clicking of the mouse on nothing, dictating that I am thinking about what I'm doing, but also in control of what I'm doing. It's how you flex on TTS, everyone. You just click constantly on like a spot randomly. I think that's how that works. Anyways, Mardiva, a couple of swords. Not really doing much else here. Opting not to buy before. Yeah. Gurney's got an action. I mean, you might as well just go Assembly Hall, right? You do not need to go. Surely there's no reason to go gather support here just for the water. It seems kind of wild to me. Surely it's Assembly Hall. You really going to go gather support here? Surely not. That seems absurd. Yeah, it's got to be the right place. Who knows, maybe an Ace of 5 Costa comes off. Ornithopter turns up. It's the one symbol they don't have, so they'll be a little bit annoyed about that. Irulan just going to limp in here, maybe. Or they go for the gather support, so now they're gearing up ready for some fighting here. They do get one draw, courtesy of having a couple of contracts. Just the other Doom card, not helping them a ton right now. Getting ready for some detonation maybe later on as well. Gurney has 2 spies. Hagar Basin goes there immediately. No shocks. Where's this other spy go, though? Siege? Arakeen? Both seem pretty reasonable to me. Depending on what you want to do here. Goes for the Siege. Yeah, I get that. 5 to buy if they're interested. I don't know. They've already got a pretty chunky deck at 15 cards. But they have got spy potential on cities here, which is like a rebel supply. And that peels off Southern Elders, which Irulan is surely taking here. Don't see her turning it down. Yep. Chani comes off now. It's another fun card there. Haven't seen Chani in a game for ages. I'm a weirding woman here. I think it's fine. So blue wins it. They won't be retreating any troops here. Show 'em profits found, which is not really helping them in this game. But at least I know that no one else has it, I guess. We'll move on. There's the Guild Spy. Chom Security is next. Chris Knives are everywhere around here. And those spacing bumps are desired as well. Hooks for Irulan. No surprise. Muad'Dib research stations for a ton of drawing here. Needs to get his money together for his Swordmaster. That's why he's making the move. I get that. By the way, he found by access off the previous fight as well. Oh my holy god. That's pretty nuts. Gurney's got Corinth and Beast Spoils. Hard for Gurney to do a whole lot here, though. His hand's a little tricky. I don't know exactly how he's going to proceed here. I mean, you have to open up with just going Hagar Basin, right? Surely you have to just go Hagar Basin and just get worms in here. Like, you're playing a battle strategy here. You've got Devour and the Sword. Does he use the Signet Ring to do it? Probably. Yep. So no huge surprise here. How's the Barn approach this then? Kind of made a bit of a mess of the previous round, and now he's going to have to dig himself out of some trouble here. He's got no garrison for power. Everyone knows he's got Guild in hand, of course. Doesn't have any drawing yet with Prepare the Way. Because he doesn't have the second bump here. Does the Barn just Guild Spy Espionage here? And look to find Steersman? I think that might be the best play here. Guild Spy Espionage itself, get that bump. You can shuffle out the Spiceman's Flow. And it's a Spacing Guild card as well, so you also get an Intrigue for it too. I think that's probably the best play for Staban Tuek to begin here. Yep, and that's the move. There is Steers. So, gets the Intrigue with the Shuffle out. Oh, that's a good find. That is just what he wants to see there. That is juicy. Huge find here. Irulan will surely be going to Privilege again here, just building up points and factions and intrigues. Does it mouse is found? Doesn't have the mouse symbol. Might just play it here. I don't know, I mean, is Staban stealing its secrets here often? Probably not. Our Deep Swordmasters. How does Gurney proceed here? I don't hate just going Imperial base and pick up a couple of loose spies here. It's not the worst. You can't really use Corinth in any meaningful way. You're just going to be revealing it here. You can't really use it for any points. You don't have the cash right now. So going Imperial Basin, I don't hate. A couple of loose spies is good for you. It gives you a chance to put an extra troop here and just basically keep everyone out of this fight. What else is there? Could go Siege, I guess. Doesn't feel too great, though. Yeah, just picks up the loose spice. So, Staban Tuek. How do you want to proceed here? Bit awkward. I might have suggested going to deliver supplies here sometimes, but it's not ideal given the fact that he's this is Choem security, this is the conflict, and yellow is almost certainly going to get 2 bumps here. So if you make a punt play for this alliance here, you're going to be under competition. Makes it difficult. I feel like you ought to be using Steersman here. He's revealed it twice. About time to get it off. But the question is, what do you use it on? High Council rebate, maybe? I don't know. Accept contract. Doesn't have shipping access. Could just go deliver supplies and shipping. Could just go deliver supplies and shipping here. Does he pay for the spy? Yes. That is him saying, I want to make sure I get a Spiceman's Flow, and also that he's pretty much saying, oh, that's not an alliance I'm going to go for here. I'm going to target the Bene Gesserit pretty much here. Also, again, yeah, just pulls his ring, pulls pistol. I think shipping's coming. Yeah, as we see. Privilege again. So all you do with Capture Meta, you just spam Privilege. You get tons of intrigues. Change Allegiances now found. And this is going to be what Frank's going to rely on here. Just a ton of intrigues. Change Allegiance is a bit awkward with strategic stockpiling, though. He's got a massive spice demand in his hand here. So he's got to be a little bit careful about what he does. I don't think he'll ever get involved in this fight either, realistically. Again, does have the opportunity to spin an intrigue here. If he wants, has to take an agent back. Siege is he's never really leaving secrets free here. So does he get rid of Desert Mouse here? I don't know. Interesting. It's a bit of a tricky spot. This, there's something to think about. There's a few different ways to take this. Yeah, of course you can. So Desert Mouse will probably go. She does. Go to ground instead. Which he can't use. And that make him a touch uncomfortable. There might be a big punt here for the Bene Gesserit Alliance here. We'll see. Muad'Dib goes Arakeen. Getting his second contract off. Where's this spy going, I wonder? Muad'Dib is he going to talk? I don't think he's going to talk himself into going for this fight. I don't think it makes a lick of sense. He wants second place here is what he's after. Surely you hold on to depart from Arrakis later on here. Tier 3 is coming as well. And he's got diplomacy getting ready for Highliner, which is why he puts the spy over there. Makes sense. I think everyone's geared up pretty nicely here. I think this is fairly tight. Stabantuit should probably be further ahead than he is, really, though. He did blunder the last round. And make a mess of it, so... It's, he should be really at 7 points and not 6. He's made a bit of a mess of this. Why is he putting in more troops here? Is he talking himself into a party? Surely not. Don't know why he's putting 4 troops here. It's a bit much. If Irulan's gonna go all in here, like, you ain't gonna do anything about it. I don't really know why they did that. Maybe they're trying to, like, harass Yellow a bit here. Seems weird. Anyways. Gurney's just going to go Siege, probably, or does he go Refinery for Corinth? He does. Is he actually going to play Corinth for the High Council seat here? I don't know. Bit of a weird, bit of a funky move. That makes you think he's going for High Council seat here. Staban's got 9 Persuasion. But I believe he's got his daggers in his deck. And he might be scared to draw here. Signet Ring, Assembly Hall. You've also got Cunning, of course, so you can always play that. It comes down to greed here for Staban. He got bit by it once. Charm Profits is there's no way he's getting 4 contracts scored here, though, is the problem. Shipping is obviously there as an option, but he'd have to go there with Mauler Pistol. And hope that he doesn't draw a dagger. If he does, I mean, he's only got 1 card left. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, he trashed 1 dagger, didn't he? But he's still got another one. So that's his dagger. So if he wants Spice Must Flow, he has to go Assembly Hall. It's the only way to keep his persuasion back here, and I think he probably should do that. I think it's probably too important. And you could even put your spy on the council area. He does, he doesn't have his Swordmaster. He might want to go High Council as well sometimes. He's got his dagger coming. Spicer's Flow now gets you the 7 points. It's a little hard for him to close it. Again, the fact he messed up that previous round has complicated this. Like, Staban should have his nose in front a lot more significantly than he does. I think his Assembly Hall is alright. Oh, he does go shipping. He sacks off the Spice Must Flow here. He's after Interstellar Trade. He gives up the Spice Must Flow here. He's making the play for the Benny Alliance. Figures he knows he needs it. It's too important. Well, well, well. Spy will go on the council. Does he pay for the Solari changeover? I'm not sure he will, and he doesn't. So, Irulan's got 6. If she wants to make a punt for the Benny Alliance, she probably has to do it now. But it comes with great dangers. Because Staban is ahead of you. And has declared that he is going to make a play for this alliance as well. So there's going to be some problems here. And he's got full reason to commit in as well. This is dangerous times for Irulan. Only got the ring, though. Feel like you should use it. Do you just go Siege and just take some water here? Yep, does. Puts in the troops for no real reason, honestly. It's just they need to go to ground anyway, so it's like I might as well. Just trashes, try and profit some more spice here. Obviously for piling and change allegiances, they need the spice. Muad'Dib will take Spiceman's Flow. Gurney Halleck's got 3 swords. Now, what is he doing here? Is he taking the Corrupt City? What's going on here? Or is he just taking the cash? I don't know. He is taking High Council seat. You click on the button here. So he takes it, does it that way around. You don't see this often. Interesting. I don't hate seeing it. Fascinating, though. Anyways. So Staban does make the draw. Oh, he does it this way. Oh, it was his convincing? I apologize. I legitimately thought it was his dagger. Okay, my bad. In that case, then, yeah, this makes total sense, and I would have played it this way, 100%. Didn't pay the spice to trash any of his other cards, which I think's okay. Yep, just 2 spice or slows in there. That's all. Yeah, I thought it was his dagger. I put it wrong. Again, I don't look at people's draw piles and their discards. I try not to do that because it is kind of leading the player to make certain choices, which I don't like doing, so... Anyways. So, Staban with 4. Just going to take a prepare the way, I guess. They've got to make a decision what they're doing intrigues now. They've got to make a decision here. They feel like they've got to empty their hand back down to 3 here. Go to ground is an obvious play. Are they going to play change allegiances now and go for this Benny Alliance? They feel they've got to try and get ahead of Staban and try and slow him down here. But it's really awkward. Staban's ahead of you. These bumps might not be worth a whole lot. You have got Captured Mentat as a bit of backup, though. But he's also got Steers. It's pretty scary. But I think they're going to have no choice here. Yep. They feel they've got to get in front. And they probably do. They've got to ask a question here. Find weakness now found. And all of a sudden, Princess Irulan might consider going in for this fight now. There are worlds they might just try and rip it in. They could play Detonation and Weaknesses for 15 strength and go for this. But they don't. They might just play Impress and go to ground. Just to clear out their hand here. Don't know where this spy's going. They've lost the Council Spy now. Very few places. Arakeen seems the obvious place, but that's about it. Are they going to play Impress to just clear out their hand here? No one else has got anything to do. Gurney's not playing Devour here. No reason to. Frank doesn't play. Wow. If someone goes secret and he loses Shashi's stockpiling, he's banking that no one's going to. Finds another intrigue. Finds Spring the Trap. Oh my god. Has all the spies. Has all the spy combat strength here. Good grief. Wow. Well, here we go, everyone. What is going to happen here? If Staban Tuet pulls Guild Spy, does he just go secrets here? I don't know. Taking a huge risk. It's propaganda. It's not even walled. Well, well, well. It's not even walled. This is gonna be a bloodbath. It's also probably not what Staban Tuet wanted to see. Don't think it should be 2. Like, you only matched 1, right? Yeah, it does that sometimes. Just get rid of it. So, Muad'Dib obviously worms. No shocks here. Gurney Halleck's got diplomacy. He's got make a keeper. But not a ton else. Staban does pull Guild Spy. Maker Keeper does go to there, no surprise, picking up the 2 water, getting ready for some Deep Desert. Which he can do with Tread. Stabanzwick has a very, very important decision here as to how he wants to proceed here. And I do legitimately think he has to consider going secrets. Irulan is banking that no one steals any of her intrigues. And he's going to have to go to the Bene Gesserit if he wants to take this alliance here. He's got no Emperor access. The only way to get that point would be to ship and reveal. Big moment, this. I don't think he's going to use Guild Spy yet. High Council is played. Draws a couple of cards. No Steersman. Irulan. Well, how does she proceed? She's a spice short for, she's a spice and a water short for sheet stockpiling. Is the problem here. She cannot get both off. There's no way. So Irulan is going to continue to hope that no one goes secrets here. But surely something's getting stolen here by someone. Like, surely Muad'Dib just goes secrets highliner here, right? It seems an obvious route, and I don't think he's really got much else to do here. If stockpiling gets stolen, could be the end of it. No. Stays out of it. Oh, the Highlander contract came off. I didn't even see that. Well, that obviously, I get that makes sense now, so... That combat is done and dusted for Gurney. He's going to have to wait until the next round here. He's not going to be able to win this. There's no way. Does Gurney Halleck ever go secrets and steal? Does he go deliver supplies, maybe, and just get his nose in front on the Alliance? He's not got a ton of persuasion. Rebel Supplier is a sword and a spice, so he's not getting spice plus fluid, even with High Council in hand. Now, Muad'Dib's saying, I'm just going highliner here. What's the barn going to do next is the question. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 persuasion in hand. But he might just hard hit secrets here and look to go shipping perhaps. It's a potential move. I don't know. Spawn obviously just wants to get the game over and done with here now, but it's... I don't see any way he can finish the game here. But back to Gurney. Gurney obviously was setting up for Deep Desert, but he must know that there's no point here. There's just, like, why would you bother? It seems just a total waste of time now. You cannot win this fight. You know, right, you can get 10 strength in. You got Devour for +4. He's about to just empty his entire garrison into this if he needs to, so you can't, you know you can't win this. There's no real point highlining, I don't think. Yeah, deliver supplies, I think, makes total sense. Take the alliance, take the point, get some cash as well. Seems good to me. You do have the contract there. It is mandatory, so, yeah. Looks like had kind of forgotten about it. Staban just goes Assembly Hall. Picks up leverage, not really helping them. Looks like they're just going to set up and reveal here. Maybe they go accept contract. Maybe. I am surprised that didn't go to shipping. I'm really surprised that didn't go to the shipping spot. And then you can then go shipping with your Dune and draw and go for the Bene Gesserit Alliance and try and just win it outright. Is that a missed opportunity there from Staban? I don't really know why he's put the spy there. He's not doing anything with it there right now. He's just gonna... Oh, he has no actions, of course. He never got his Swordmaster. That's why. The problem that Irulan's got here, though, is now that she knows she's going to be defending this Bene Gesserit Alliance, it makes getting these other... You know, like the Spacing Guild is... She's never getting it. She can kind of get the Fremen point back. But that makes it to the 5. Stockpiling would get her to, like, say 7. I suppose if it would be 8. Then what? Sitting on buckets of swords. The problem is that Gurney Halleck is just going to just blast it in next round. But again, there's no... The wall's going to be up, though. The fact propaganda came up here is really, really messing with stuff here. There's no the only detonation card out there is in Irulan's hands. She doesn't necessarily know that. No money for privilege. I mean, you have to go to the Fremen in some form here. And the Bene Gesserit card has been played. Frank might be talking himself into going into this fight here, maybe. Because he's got the troops he can put in. He's going to have buckets of spies here. I think he's at least considering it. I think he's considering it. Yeah, puts the spy down. It does infiltrate wherever it goes. I think Frank might be about to pull the trigger here. And might go for this. He figures it matches his thing at endgame. And it gives him passive defense to the Bene Gesserit Alliance, but he knows he needs to do, and he finds a spacing bump so he can just Diplo it and call it a day. And if he goes via Fremkit, it's not costing me anything for stockpiling. Wardib goes privilege first and gets to wait. That's the recall an agent, of course. Yep, recall the Emperor. That's done and dusted. Can cycle an intrigue if he wants. Not mandatory. Yeah, it's optional. Yeah. Gonna hold on to the part, which is interesting. Gonna deep deserts anyways. Is he just gonna get it in? I mean, it feels so bad to get it in here, though. And the problem is, it's like, you're basically at this point hoping Muad'Dib doesn't have access, but I don't think he's playing the diplomacy without... Oh my goodness me, Gurney Halleck just found B spoils. Gurney Halleck sitting there with like 25 strength. Well, there could be... Well, I don't know. There could be some fun and games here. Spice are slow for Staban. Does he fluke an intrigue to steal this alliance somehow? No, he finds Chris Knife, which isn't helping him. He could play Chris Knife and use it to get leverage, actually, at the same time if he wanted to, by the way. It would be a gain of spice. He has already gained spice. Maybe he plays leverage now. He needs to play something here. Might as well play leverage. You know? Cheap High Council, maybe? Or, you know, you can revisit High Council in this game. Spend the cash for spice and stuff. But plays the Chris Knife instead. Is Irulan pulling the trigger? Yes. They are pulling the trigger with all the spies. They are going in all in for this. And Muad'Dib is now has an interesting choice here. Muad'Dib, of course, can just empty his garrison out. Put in all 10 troops. He'd give him 27 strength. But is 27 strength enough here? It's a strange move from Irulan. You wouldn't think she's not making this move without some backup here. Gurney might have some backup as well. But what else does Muad'Dib have to do here? Can you imagine he goes secrets here? This is all just going in. No! Just blows the wall. Doesn't even put the troops in. That's kind of weird. But whatever. Is he just going to do it anyways? Yep. In it goes. All the big spice, all the big power intrigues are out though. I'll be honest, I don't feel good with that move, knowing what's just happened there. It feels, it's like it's telegraphed. Surely they're going to pay attention to that. Can't think he's good here with that move. Not going to lie. Anyways, Gurney's got 6 persuasion, I think. Not even going to take Charney? Man, finding Spring the Trap was just absolutely wild. This was not Irulan's plan at all here, but Spring the Trap has just totally transformed us. They are going to win the fight. Muad'Dib picks up back by Tron, which is +4 swords. Oh my god, is that going to bail him out here? It's going to make Irulan pay everything, I think, at the least. So, Gurney with the 4. So, Irulan has 14 swords. Which ones do they pay here? They have to play Spring. They have to play Find Weakness. Minimum. It's going to cost them everything. Yeah, they're thinking. So here we go. First one. Well, there's obviously more coming. First, there's 4. Find Weakness will do. Pretty crazy to find all of them, though. Like, that's very fortunate how that's gone down. And the fact this is not going to cost anything stockpiling is pretty wild. Nothing you can do about it. I think green can count themselves very unlucky here. Probably blue as well. Very unlucky here. So, a couple of intrigues for Muad'Dib. Reach agreement, mercenaries found. Gurney gets the 6 spice. Frank keeps himself in it here, but is still work to do in this one. He's still not favourite here. He's given himself half a chance. Stockpiling is going to be a couple of points, but still only sitting on 5. A long way to go here. We'll move on. Is the barn still favourite here? Maybe. Spice Refinery is next. Mouse Conflict. Everyone can match it. But obviously, now the wall is down, though. I'm surprised that Irulan blew the wall, by the way, instead of putting the troops in, but, you know, whatever, I guess. I'm not going to pretend to know why. Gurney can play Corinth. Gurney Hallett might go shipping here. He might go shipping to take the Emperor bump and then play Corinth to the Emperor. That'd be 2 points. But he's never finding a Spice's Flow doing that's the problem. Stranded at 9. Hard to know exactly how this round's going to go down here. Muad'Dib obviously hoping no one goes secrets, but not necessarily likely. Gurney just gets the worm in. Figures, might as well. I think he is going to go shipping. Oh, he went there with his Dune card, not his ring? Huh. That was a surprise. Might be going Imperial Privilege, actually. Maybe he's going to do that with his ring or something. I don't know. A bit weird you don't just do it with your ring. Anyways. Back to Staban. He knows if he's going to win this game, he has to win it right now. He must find Guild Spy. So he's going to draw as many cards as humanly possible. It gives him Swordmaster if he wants it. Second Spice is slow, and there is Guild Spy. It's 9 Persuasion, because of High Council. But it's tricky. What a spot. Irulan with no faction access. Well, she's got the Diplo. She obviously wants to get that to deliver supplies here. But Irulan has to win this fight here, you'd think. Might just commit ourselves. Yet, trashing the prepare the way, just getting what spice. I think Highline is coming here. Hoping that Muad'Dib doesn't have it. Muad'Dib's going to go shipping here. Oh, no. Oh, he's not going for the Spacey Alliance. Oh, that's brutal for yellow. That is brutal. That's really unlucky for yellow. Surely you just take a Benny bump? Or is he going to go towards the Emperor here? Surely it's just a Benny bump here. Yeah, that's brutal for yellow. What are you going to do? He went shipping. So, yeah, this is all falling apart for Gurney Halleck now, unfortunately. It's all coming unglued. I fear this could be the end of his tournament. Sardaukar. Oh, he picks up Imperium Politics! I don't think there's a way for him to get his alliance back, but I think he would go for it if he could. Fascinating. So, discards 2 cards. So, there's a point there. He does have Sardaukar, by the way, with the card draw. But I can't tell him to take it yet. It's a mandatory effect. But he could have drawn his cards before doing so. He's probably just forgotten. He's realised now. He's going to draw. He's happy just to do it. Whatever. I don't think it would make much difference really in his turn, but whatever. I would have drawn it just to see what I discard first. Bit more information, but never mind. What on earth does Staban 2-Ek do here? 9 position in hand. Surely he's going to play Steers here. But where's he playing it to? He can't get to Imperial Privilege. He doesn't have the access. Does he just send it to Assembly Hall here, maybe? He might just send this to Assembly Hall. Draws 2 cards, gets the Persuasion. But I don't see any way you can take the Benny Alliance now. That's the problem. It looks pretty locked. Unless you can fluke an intrigue, but by access is gone. Siege Ritual is out there, though. We have not seen Siege Ritual, and that would be cruel. Can you imagine Staban goes to Imperial Privilege and picks up Siege Ritual and gets the Spiceless Flow with Guild Spy and discards one of the Spiceless Flow cards for that? Can you imagine? That would be so brutal. Don't do it. Contingency plan is pulled. That would have been so brutal. Irulan, though, might feel she has to lock up this alliance, though, because Staban, if this goes another round, has shipping. could just go directly to the Bene Gesserit. Like, he has to lock it up here, otherwise this alliance is going to be gone. So it's a bit awkward for Irulan here. She might, like, drop a bump provisionally on another faction just to get it, just to max out the Bene Gesserit. Might have to. I don't think he needs to worry about secret stealing. I don't think he cares, really, at this point. It's not a big deal for him. Irulan. If she highlines, can't play stockpiling. Might not bother. Might just go deliver supplies here. But if you deliver supplies at 6 points, you can, again, stockpiling is only worth 1 at the moment. Does not have the water. Does not have the bumps with the Fremen. So it's kind of like a bit stuck and stranded here. Doesn't have the money for privilege either. This is far from certain what's going to go down here. This is still very complicated. Still behind. And the problem is Staban, surely he's ending the game this round. If he just Spiceless Flows, he gets the Emperor point for 9. Spiceless Flow is 10. Like, this game surely is ending this round here. And Staban might get there anyways. Muad'Dib blasts it in, obviously, with Depart from Arrakis on Arakeen. No shocks here. Mercenaries should also be played, I imagine. He gets the draw with the bump. Mercenaries next. Nothing else to do. Intrigue to be pulled. Special mission is not really doing a whole lot, truthfully told. Like, it requires someone to beat him. Like, if Gurney, like, has to win this kind of thing to do this now, because time is running out here. Unless Staban has missed the Guild Spy, this game is over here. Or it's gonna end at least. This could well be Gurney Halleck's last action in this game. He can get the point of the Emperor for 8, but what else does he do here? I don't think he's got any more. I don't think he has any options here. I don't think there's anything left for him to do. Yeah. Just go Basin, I guess. Reminder, of course, the winner goes to the grand final, but second place goes through to the playoff finals. There is still a cash prize for that as well, so even if you think Staban 2X is going to win this match, second place is still relevant. And that Imperium politics might just get them there. You never know. I don't think there's much else option. I think I would have preferred going Imperial Basin just for pure spice tiebreak, mind you. I think that was the better move, but they're thinking ahead. They're thinking, well, in case there is one more round, it gives them the chance to get him with Corinth. But I think Basin probably was the better move. What does Staban 2X do here, by the way? He has an action. Does he just go Imperial Basin for spice here? I think so. You can't play Guild Spy. You can't go Privilege. There's no point getting troops in here. I think you just take what spice you can here. You're going to get to 10 points, but someone else might creep up there. So having that spice tiebreak could be really important in this one. You got 2 spice coming with the Spice Plus Flow cards. That gets you to 7. There's 2 spice of base and gets you to 9. Remember that if you know, there's spice in the fight here, I think it's just grab what spice you can. Oh, High Council actually is the better move. Actually, I like that. And he finds contingency again. He finds another one for more swords. He pays the intrigue. He goes to the throne to get one more intrigue. Picks up detonation, which I tell you what, actually is not that bad for him. Oh my god, Staban 2X actually can have a ton of firepower here. There's no way Staban 2X is about to win this fight, is he? He might be about to win this fight. He's sitting there with 12 swords and he can deploy here. He might win this fight anyways. Crazy. Crazy. Blue wants to do something. And he is just going to do the detonation now. Wow, oh, wow. Irulan's just going to get worms in and hope it all works itself out here. One intrigue to pull. Winning combat is found, which is swords. But Staban Tuek, I think, is about to give her the business. Just like Irulan did the previous round, gave the table the business. Been a heck of a game, this. It's been a good watch. Well, it looks like Guild Spy's going to do it once again here. Staban's sitting there with 12 swords. It takes him to 24 strength. Irulan only with 7. Unless Green can dig something out of nowhere here. He's sitting on a Spicer's Flow, though. But he can't win the fight. Does he just go secrets here? Oh my god, maybe that's the move. Does the Muad'Dib go secrets? It gets him a point anyways he would have got with the Spice Must Flow. And he steals a Staban intrigue. He might have to and hope he can pull a battle intrigue to defend this fight. He could also just be king-making here, but what you gonna do? I mean, if you're going to get the Spicer's Flow, why not go secrets? Oh, he goes Espionage! Oh, he tries to pull his Spice Must Flow again! But he misses. He doesn't find a 2 Persuasion card. And I think this is going to be it here. Gurney will get the point. Oh, Gurney! Alec didn't play Imperial Politics! What's he doing? I mean, it might not matter. Spicer's Flow for Staban. Gets the 10. Staban knows he's probably good here. He thinks he's good. Guild Spy is going to do it again here. Irulan does everything she can here. Irulan thinks there's still a chance to do some stuff here. Yeah, Staban did make a bit of a mess earlier. But even so, they're going to get over the line. Surely. I don't know. I mean, Staban's sitting there with 12 swords. But Irulan's sitting there with 7. But Irulan can only score a couple here. Hold on. In order here, please. Like, this is all horribly out of order. Everyone just throwing their intrigues out here. Let's do it in the proper order here. Yeah, it's a semi-final. Back to Staban, who should just play contingency. He might talk himself into Spice's Power. I suppose he has to try play Spice's Power. Irulan's going to win the fight. She'll gain 2 for Spice Refinery, but she already has the endgame match of the wild card, so is only going to get to 10 points on the end here. Looks like it's going to be enough for a playoff match, but it's not going to be enough for the grand finals. Staban's in a bit of a weird spot here, whether he actually plays Spice's Power or not. Doesn't have to, actually, mind you. He might choose not to. It's a bit of a strange spot. That's what he's trying to work out here. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird spot, isn't it? Yep, has to play it. I mean, he has to play it. But Staban's going to be good enough for the win, unless something crazy happens, which I have missed. But it looks like they're going to get the job done here anyways. So, it's all she wrote. Intrigue for Staban was intelligence report, which is all it is. Frank will get the end game to get into second place, but is not able to take the win. Staban wins it on Spice tiebreak. And Guild Spy does it once again. Yeah, there was it was a bit cluttery in the mid game there for Staban to work. Don't know why it was not Guild Spy round 1. Oh dear. It's too cruel, isn't it?
What up?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Oh, Creep's obviously sorting their mic out. So yeah, it was an entertaining game. Not gonna lie. It was, a lot happened. A good 8 rounds. I think it was pretty close in the end. Like, obviously, we'll talk about Guild Spy in a moment here, but it felt like everyone kind of had a bit of chances. Maybe Yellow got edged out towards the back end, I guess, as well.
I was so close.
Yeah.
If things a little bit more my way.
Yeah, his sort of chances there. It was obviously a bit ominous what was going on. And obviously found the steal on the spacing, which was pretty brutal as well. But just couldn't find a battle match. I guess that was the problem. You got the one early, like the skirmish, and then that was about it. Unfortunately, obviously Frank came in with just the bucket ton of swords and whatnot as well, and whatnot.
Yeah, I did not. I was not a very good combat leader this game, but I think I got 1 worm in the whole combat, the whole game.
Yeah, it was about that. It kind of edged out a bit, which happens sometimes. That can be an issue.
No, it was a lot of fun. I'm just glad I made it this far to the semifinals for my first tournament.
Indeed, yeah, I think it's pretty good going. A lot of us don't make semis, so
yeah.
Anyways, and so Creep's still getting his mic sorted as well. I suppose we'll Yellow. I mean, pretty brutal, I suppose, how the round 7 fight came out. Oh, there you are, howdy. But I mean, I dare say you've had some decent run for 2 games. Maybe it was about time someone threw 15 swords at you. Not trying to be rude about it.
That one combat, I thought I had the propaganda one. Man, I cannot believe how many cards came out there.
Yeah, the business. I wasn't Red's plan until they found Spring the Trap, I think, and then suddenly it was like, oh, actually.
I mean, it wasn't enough for any of us, right? The only threat was Gurney. Honestly, if Gurney won, it was then he would need 1 point this round and be 11, right? So I just I wanted to.
I think if Yellow wins, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4 points, right? So he's at 11 and he wins the game.
Oh yeah, but I knew he didn't have Diplo access this round.
Yeah.
He had eight cards drawing and his Diplo was on bottom.
Yeah, that was his problem. He had all tons of spice, but couldn't do anything with any of it. He just kind of sat there, and as long as he doesn't have Spice's power, you're all right, basically.
So I wanted to win the round 7 cheap. I knew I only won with 1 sword, but I knew I was really, really, really strong. I didn't want to push troops in because I went here also trying to fake that I'm going for, signal I'm going for next round, right? And then Gurney still sends, so more deep sends, so I have to send. This combat ended up winning anyway, but I had nothing
to pay with it, yeah.
I was hoping I'd catch you guys off guard with the double, because you saw me use my diplomacy to the 1 spot, and I was like, maybe they won't think I have treacherous maneuver, they won't see the highliner coming, but you still had enough stuff to block me even with that.
I don't think Yellow had much else really to do, was the problem.
Yeah.
But that was the thing, I was like, either way I'm losing, because if Yellow waits for this round, I don't know if he can even, because he's drawing shit, so unless he doesn't recycle deck, I don't know how in that situation, but let's say he had a garrison, a 4-5 choosing garrison and 3 water this round, then he wins this combat, I think. But yeah, so if he doesn't go in round 7, I'm still fucked round 8.
Yeah, that's what it was almost the best case that they both went in and he still got the win. That was probably your best case. But yeah, I was debating if yellow stays out, but I'm like, I don't think there's anything else they can really do. Maybe Muad'Dib decides to stay out occasionally, but then they've kind of got to get stuck in probably. It's
I was behind. I had to play risky.
So right then, Mr. Staban Tuek.
Oh my god, so tilted. Incredibly.
What was the thing you messed up?
He took a coin flip.
Steersman.
Yeah, took a coin flip.
I had my turn planned out. It was gonna go Mala, this, and then ring. I had this in hand, and I forgot because of this stupid blackout that I had only one more action. So I inversed it.
Yeah,
Which doesn't work in this game, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Even if you just said steersman to just accept contract or whatever and just drawn everything, that was a little funky, but that's the way it goes occasionally.
I was debating. Well, the plan was before the blackout to play this to highliner, go in, draw 2 cards, then get the ring and play the ring to send the spy back.
Yeah,
it was so horrible because that cost me. I think I would have ended last round with maybe 10 or 11 points.
You would have had your head a lot further ahead than
it would have been a lot more boring for the viewers. I can already imagine the YouTube comments. Jesus. Horrible.
I will opt not to
no guilds by run, and it's like, oh, okay, guilds by run.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I actually thought Saban with the hand he drew, I might have considered instant revealing. It was the kind of hand, no ring, no faction access. It's the kind of hand could have just done it and grabbed coordination and just called it a day. You probably take an action, but I don't think Staban really can do anything else. He draws, finds his dagger. What are you gonna do, really? Gurney's in 4th seat. It's a matching combat for them. Red and green have already gone heavy. I don't think Staban can really not get involved in revealing early. And then obviously Steersman comes off. Green has to go Assembly Hall to.
Dude, I know I messed up so bad. I should have gone Assembly Hall first action, then revealed second. I don't know why I got the contract. I should have never done that because then Staban snuck it out under me.
Yeah, I mean Staban had no choice. You kind of have. Yeah, I suppose you could have gone there first. I suppose. Yeah.
I was debating that round already going Spice Must Flow. Because I had 9 actually.
Yes.
And it could have been 3
I wish
bumps.
you did.
Nah, Steersman was the right decision.
Too good for someone else. I can't pass it up.
Yeah, Steersman was the right call.
You screwed me pretty bad. That was a huge setback for me.
I figured.
I think.
No, yeah, well played.
I looked at that round. I was like, I also had a potential high council, but I was like, everybody was going for Steersman. I was like, the guy who bails out first is getting off best, but I mean, I had nothing. I had no access. I'm amazed that I got these bumps, but I also had all the intrigues. So I felt like I said with plus. But yeah, that's the dangerous thing with Steersman. If you go for it and you miss, then
there's no backup, and that is the problem.
Unless Overthrow comes over right after it.
I mean, you can't control it, can you? If it does it,
that's so unlikely.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, but no, it was. I think it was a pretty close game, all things considered. I mean, I dare say, Guild Spy does it again, but I'll leave that.
Be honest, BlackShadow. Is this the worst someone ever played in the semifinal and got through?
I'm not gonna. I don't think necessarily comment on that, but
I think it is.
It's the way it goes sometimes. It's the way it
I
goes
played better games.
It's the way
it was really tilting these disconnects from internet, really. Okay, whatever.
Anyways, we'll see in the finals. Frank will make the playoff match at least. So confirmation that Creep will indeed be going through to the grand final then. It was a bit of a perilous journey through this game, not gonna lie. But ultimately, when you got Guild Spies and Steersman, a lot of good things are going to happen for you. And that's pretty much how it went down, but it was a lot closer than perhaps they were expecting. Frank will make these runner-ups match as well. A very noble attempt at trying to get his way through here and nearly managing to pull it off at the end. But unfortunately, Staban just with a little bit too much in the tank. Good events, though, especially still for Meowcenary and for Khoodos, making semifinals in their first ever competitions on the channel. I think, to be honest, that's kind of the impression I got. I think everyone I think gave it a good shot. It was a pretty hard-fought game. It was a pretty close game. I think everyone can feel that they've had a fairly decent competition, all things being equal. I did say at the start of this, I had a funny feeling that there was going to be a bit of an upset here. And yeah, once the round 1 Guild Spy comes out like that, top card off the deck, it's like, well, what are you going to do sometimes? And, it's I'll leave the conversation for that to the comment section. I don't need to get involved in that any too much more here. But regardless, I think it was even so, it was still a pretty close game. And we're really interested to see how the final is going to go down here. Heck of a lineup for that game as well. And of course, we have one semi-final still to be played. But other than that, we will call this one here. So very much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all in the next conflict.